Hey everyone, meet my new foster dog. Isn't he cute? But oh so naughty. This dog is about a 6-year-old Shih Tzu mix, and he came to our shelter as a really nice dog with another Shih Tzu. He was very badly matted, so we had to sedate him to groom him. And when we were grooming him, we exposed an open wound on the back of his neck that we weren't aware was there. After he woke up from his sedation, he became pretty aggressive with anybody putting a leash on him. We decided to go ahead and send him out to a behavior foster who worked with him for several months. This video is of him recently in my office trying to get food out of a puzzle toy. His behavior foster worked to try to identify the triggers for his behavior. We assumed that it was handling, but we had also noticed some resource guarding. Some very interesting resource guarding. One of our staff members had noticed that he had two toys and he was staring at one toy while hovering over another toy and appeared to be growling at the toys themselves rather than the person that was in the room. When the behavior foster took him home, we talked about allowing him some time to decompress because this was either a behavior that was because of some sort of neural misfiring, or it could be stress related. And after his stress decreased, then we were hoping that the behavior would go away. As it turns out, his stress did go down and his behavior seemed to diminish. However, we still did see some of the handling aggression. She was able to work through some counter conditioning and desensitization procedures with him, and he was doing really well. He still displayed some fearful behaviors, such as becoming really still when being introduced to new people. The foster continued to work with him for several more weeks to build his confidence, and eventually we got to a point where he was able to join one of our staff meetings of about 75 people, and he did really well. So we went ahead and made him available for adoption. The foster is also one of our adoption counselors, and she does a really good job in setting dogs up for success that have been in her home. She did a lot of counseling, and we sent him home with who we thought was going to be a great fit. As it turns out, though, this was not the best home for him. We weren't really sure what went wrong, but when he got home, he started showing more of his aggressive behavior, and it really kind of severed the bond between him and the new adopters. Unfortunately, it looked like his aggressive behavior had increased due to the stress of moving into a new home, something that we knew was possible but hadn't really accounted for. So we tried talking them through it, but this little guy was not willing to give up his trust easily, so they ended up bringing him back. They were pretty heartbroken about it, and we were heartbroken too, but we decided that we needed more information on this little guy, and the best thing to do would be to send him back out to foster. So that's how I got him. We occasionally foster dogs in our house, but it has to be a very specific type of dog because of the aggression issues that we deal with in our house. So this dog seemed like he needed a little bit of figuring out, but seemed like he was going to be pretty easy. So we went ahead and took him home. Our plan was to keep him separated from the people and the dogs in the house so he wouldn't display the aggressive behavior. Before I took him home, I set him up in this exercise pen with a food bowl to see if he displayed the aggressive behavior. He didn't display any while we were still at the office. Here are what he thinks are his freedom ride selfies, when actually they're just rehabilitation ride selfies. If you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, you would have already seen these. And if you don't, go do that now. If you are wondering, here is what our training looks like for the resource guarding. Sorry for the lighting situation. I give him a bowl of food, and I'm grabbing some treats out of my treat pocket. As soon as he looks up at me and away from the food bowl, he gets a high-value treat. I've already done with him at home, and pepperoni sticks are enough high value for him to look up at me and eventually leave the food bowl. So here, he's standing next to the food bowl, but he allows me to toss him treats. I could probably even give him a treat directly from my hand, and I can also toss them in the food bowl. I also do a few repetitions where I toss the treats a distance away from the bowl, so he has to physically leave the bowl to get the treat. When we got him home, we set up a little safe spot for him, with a camera, of course, in our closet. Put up a baby gate so the other dogs couldn't get to him. This is him on the first night, coming out to kind of check things out, but only after it was dark and nobody was really around, except for Molly on the other side of the gate, monitoring the situation. The first few days were a little tricky. We didn't get to touch him. We used a slip leash to leash him and take him outside, which he really enjoyed. But he just had to build trust. After that, he knew we weren't going to pressure him to do stuff he didn't want to do, and he became like a normal dog. He's still got some resource guarding issues, but largely resource guarding can be managed. So we'll continue working with him until we find him a forever home.